We're talking about domestic violence, and the guest is the executive director of EJarrett House, Miss Jarrett. And of course, Miss Jarrett, let me pick up where we left off the last time and give you an opportunity to continue some of the reasons and some of the causes or the consequences of domestic violence as you see them from your position as the executive director of EJarrett House.
Well, for instance, a woman can come into the shelter and she is mentally abused. Well, she has to go to a psychiatrist, and she's in counseling for a long time. Then you have the children who are traumatized. They're in counseling for a long time. Now, that's not to even excuse the fact that she may have a broken bone, broken leg. All of that has to be attended to. And then they have to be seen after. So the health care cost goes up. It really goes up.
And you see a lot of these broken bones and broken legs and et cetera.
Yes, yes.
So you find that there's an increase in the number of folks that are coming to you? How do people generally come to you?
There's a 211 number that they can call, and I'm listed on the 211 number. The Department of Domestic Violence with the Metro Police Department has my number. So they call me too, so I'm easy to get a hold of. And then just by word of mouth, the other agencies, the other shelters will refer people to you.
Now, what would be a situation, could you sort of give me a rundown of situations that you might have of individuals who will come into you and how they came and some of the things that you were able to do for them?
Well, number one, if a young lady calls, and if she's in danger, then I will go and pick her up from wherever she is. And to keep her out of danger and nobody know, I will have her go somewhere that's away from her house. And then, or I'll send a cab to pick her up, to bring her to me. And then we do our processing of her, and then we'll take her to shelter. Now, once they get in shelter, and I do things a little bit different than they do in other shelters, I want to know what the woman wants to do for herself.
Very good.
Then you need to decide what you want to do for yourself. If it's go to school, if it's get a job, what do you want to do that will make you feel whole? And then that will take care of your children. And once we figure out what that is, then I will help her accomplish that goal. And I will keep her until she accomplishes that goal. Once she accomplishes that goal, then I will help her find a place. And then she can move out.
Well, this seems to be a lot of sort of hands-on kind of personal kind of things that should keep you. Well, how many people are you able to counsel at EJarrett House? Do you have a set number?
My shelter is very small, very small. In fact, I'm thinking about starting a building campaign because it's only 800 square feet. So it's the smallest shelter in the city.
Which means when you say, I don't have
one family.
You're one family?
If I have a family with teenagers, that's it. If I have a single woman, I can take another single woman with 2 kids. That's it.
And that's the extent of well, that you do believe that since you've been involved in what you're doing, that there's a tremendous need for more space.
Yes. I turn down 5 to 6 people every day. Every day.
And these are people in a real sense who are not being served unless they go to some of these other areas. And they are. And
they're full.
They're full.
Yes.
So it's a lot of folks.
We're always looking for more space.
There's a lot of folks in Nashville. So do you believe that domestic violence is a real problem in Nashville?
It's a big problem in Nashville. And I don't think really everybody knows how big it is.
Well, let's talk about how big it is. I mean,
now you have 3 shelters here. And out of the 3 shelters, right now, today, all of us are probably full. So now, if all of us are full, then where's she going?
The person who might need your assistance or help.
Where are they going? So Nashville, as large as it is, needs not only more than 3 shelters, but they need to have larger shelters. Now, if I was a little larger, because see, my funds are nil. If I was a little larger shelter, then I could help eliminate a lot of that backlog. But since I'm so small, I can't. The other ones are a little bit larger than mine. The Y has the largest, but all of us are full.
And all of you, in a real sense, in comparison to the need, all of you are very, very small. In a real sense.
Absolutely.
Do you think that there's a consciousness in reference to the leadership in Nashville that will not allow for the development for the funding of these kinds of organizations or these shelters, or what?
I don't think if the leadership is not allowing it, I don't think they really know that there is a need.
Well, that,
I think that's what it is. I think it's lack of education of the need. Because a lot of people, domestic violence is just like AIDS when you talk to people about it.
Okay, all right.
They don't want to get involved. It's just that simple.
And which means that a lot of folks are not served. But as long as you, and I think you've already connected it to health and all of those other costs, and et cetera, and as long as
corporations should be the first one to get online because they're losing employee time. They're losing, they have to stay at home with their children, they have to stay at home because they had to go to the hospital. Corporations suffer a lot with domestic violence, whether they admit it or not, but they do. They lose a lot of money that way.
Well, is there any way that the organizations that do concern themselves with domestic violence can come together or have come together to try to look at the overall picture? Because if you're dealing with one family and somebody else might be dealing with more, well, they probably not dealing with more than 5 or 6 families at a time, which means that we only have facilities maybe for 30 families. That might be stretching it in a real sense.
Well, no, I think the Y is a little bit larger than that. I think they can house about 70 people.
About 70
and they're
people.
The largest, yes. 70
people, but then of course when you break those people down into families, you really got a very, very well.
But and I might be wrong. Those numbers, they don't ever tell you how many it is. I may have the wrong numbers, but I don't know.
It's apparent that
there is a need. Yes, yes.
And your purpose here today is to try to at least dramatize the need that you have as well as others have, and perhaps get some kind of support. What would you say to folks that would indicate that you need some additional help?
I need some money.
Need some money? Is that money would money does not solve every problem, but money would start my problems eradicated. Okay, very good.
Yes.
Which is to say that you would need money to build, expand your.
That's right. And number one is to get staff, because I'm the only one there.
You're the only person there. Well, now, really, we over the last 25 or 30 seconds that we have before the end of this second segment, we really don't have much considering our population and our size and et cetera, and considering the problem that this might cause. We really don't have anything dealing with domestic violence in a real sense. Is that what we're saying?
That's what I'm saying.
That's general? Okay, and of course we'll expand upon that after this final commercial break, and we'll be back with our audience following this very short commercial break. The topic is domestic violence.